Michelle Shaw, Director for Student Accessibility Services, and I'm here today to share the accessibility changes in Title II of the ADA, information about the new web content accessibility requirements. So what is accessibility? Accessibility refers to the design of products, devices, services, or environments to make usable by as many people as possible, including individuals with disabilities. The university's approach to accessibility strives to meet the needs of our diverse community. Accessibility in higher education includes physical, digital, and curriculum accessibility. Physical accessibility involves designing educational facilities, classrooms, and resources to accommodate students with physical disabilities, such as having wheelchair lamps, accessible restrooms, and adjustable desks. Digital accessibility focuses on making educational materials and online platforms accessible to students with visual or auditory impairments through features like screen readers, captions, and alternative text. Curriculum accessibility involves designing instructional materials and assessments that cater to diverse learning styles and needs, such as providing multiple formats for textbooks, offering alternative assessment methods, and incorporating inclusive teaching practices. Everyone shares a role in accessibility. When we create an accessible environment, we remove barriers, and all students, no matter their ability, disability, skills, or language, have access to course materials. By embracing accessibility, educators empower students to overcome barriers, making education more inclusive. Important changes in the Title II of the ADA. Section 508 of the Rehabilitation Act was amended on January 18, 2017, and covers federally funded programs and services. The Act requires that electronic and information technology be accessible to employees and members of the public with disabilities. On April 24th of 2024, the Federal Registry updated Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. The rule provides specific requirements on how federally funded programs and services must ensure that web content, mobile applications, and social media are accessible to people with disabilities. How do these changes in the law impact you? Prior to this update, faculty were only required to make accommodations based on approved accommodation requests. Now faculty must have all fully accessible courses from day one, even if there is no request for an accommodation. Courses must remain fully accessible to be compliant. Here are some of the changes under Title II. It sets specific technical standards that the university must follow to existing obligations under the ADA. The university adopted the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, WCAG 2.1 Level AA standard. Applies to web content provided and made available to the university even with third-party vendors. Web content includes information and experiences available on the web, like text, images, sound, videos, and documents. The rule applies to mobile apps that the university uses. The rule will apply to content used in online courses such as PDFs, videos, PowerPoints, and documents. Timeline for accessibility compliance. The new Title II amendment requires that all state and local government entities comply with this rule. The compliance deadline depends on the state and local government size. 0 to 49,999 persons, the deadline is April 26, 2027. Specific district government's deadlines is April 26 of 2027. For 50,000 or more persons, deadline is April 24th of 2026. This is which Florida Atlantic University will abide by. After the applicable deadline, state and local governments must continue to make web content and mobile apps WCAG 2.1 Level AA compliant. What happens next? The university is developing instructional resources to assist faculty and staff with creating accessible materials for courses. Currently, training on how to use Blackboard Ally, the accessibility checker, is available on Tech Talks. Also, use the accessibility report to check materials and make them accessible. Additional training on how to create accessible documents, PowerPoints, and video content will be available in spring of 2025. Within Canvas, you may use the Accessibility Checker. This tool is located on the left-hand side of Canvas. If you click on the report, it will show you how many materials are available in your course, as well as explain what items are accessible and which ones are not. It even breaks them down to content which is easiest to fix and fixes that are low-scoring content. When you click on these items, it will provide you guidance on how to make the current document accessible. Accessibility in education is a fundamental principle that promotes inclusion in the learning environment. Accessibility benefits not only students with disabilities, but also enhances the overall learning experience for everyone, leading to improved academic outcomes and a more supportive and inclusive university community.